Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking this video. So by the title you see, we are going to be talking about Miss Eugenia Cooney. So with that said, I have to put a trigger warning on this video. I am going to be talking about eating disorders. I'm going to, abbreviate that with ED. I might use initials for some other things I talk about. We're going to be talking about mental health. So if any of those topics bother you or is triggering to you, it's okay. I do not want to put and make you watch videos that is harmful for you. So if these are topics that would bother you in any way, even if it makes you get negative or upset in any type of way, it's okay. Please click out of this video, go watch another one, or I'll have plenty more to come. I don't want anybody to get upset by watching one of my videos. With that said, this topic is very hard to even talk about. It's hard to watch. I went in this morning, I woke up all cheerful, and then I went down the Eugenia rabbit hole, and it's upsetting. It's sad. It makes me so angry at times. It's just a lot of emotions. If you do not know who Eugenia Cooney is, Eugenia Cooney came on YouTube in 2013. So it's been like 8 years now. Eugenia Cooney does like fashion hauls where she tries on clothes. She does a lot of cosplay. But if you look underneath any of her videos, pretty much 98% of the comments are talking about what she looks like and her body. She has people tell her, this is just some of like the comments that I seen on her videos, and it's disturbing. So I feel like the reason she makes these videos though, and she keeps going on with them, is because she likes those compliments. I know it sounds crazy to me and you, right? So if somebody was constantly, and let me read you some of these comments that people leave for her. So I seen that some said she needs a feeding tube, that she's not healthy, that she looks like she's going to perish. She looks like she's going to die any day. She looks sick. She looked like she died 2 years ago. Your body is trying to literally eat itself. She looks like a Holocaust victim. She gets cops called on her all the time. Someone said to do a mukbang in the next couple days or they'll starve themselves. And then they turned around and said, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't want to die. You look like a corpse. Like you need to eat food, bitch. Like, it's constant. And it's been like that for years. And again, I know in our minds, like we hear people say that, and that's what I was going to put like a video together showing like some of the hate she receives. She did a 20-minute video just reading comments. It was awful. But I feel like, and I could be wrong, if I'm wrong, please let me know in the comments below, but I kind of feel like in her mind, okay, she likes those comments. I know that sounds crazy, I know. But I think if you tell her she looks like a skeleton or she looks sick, like to her, I feel like she's like, mission accomplished. I want to be that skinny. And as I started going on and reading about, those with ED disorder, there's no goal. There's no end goal. There's a lot of a lot of Eugenia's fans, her subscribers, they're younger girls, which is a huge problem. There is a community out there, it's like pro-Anna, which is pro-anorexia. So a lot of people, that's why they have such a problem with Eugenia, because they feel like that's what she's promoting. There are some of these communities that they actually use Eugenia's pictures, saying that they want to look like her. That's, the body image they want. Now, this is a legit question I have for you guys. So, is that Eugenia's problem? And I mean that in the most respectful way. Is that something she should worry about? It's not her fault, per se, what other people do or how they handle her, what she looks like. You can't help what other people are doing. Or does Eugenie have some kind of responsibility to others? So that's kind of like a big thing with Eugenie. A lot of people think she knows exactly what she's doing. She knows how problematic she is. She knows how triggering she is to others. And she just keeps going. Like she needs to take a break off of social media. And then others, the other side of the coin is like, this is her disorder. She can't help it. It's literally the thing she's doing is her disorder doing it and, talking for her and doing these things. Like she's sick herself. So how can she be responsible, for trying to help others when her herself is sick? Like, I really want to know what you guys think about that. It's like, this is a double-edged conversation. So that's why I kind of went back and forth to even make a video on Eugenie, because a lot like Miss Ashley Cat. So should we talk about problematic behavior? We know this is problematic behavior, right? But is it doing more harm talking about it, bringing more awareness to it? Because when you're doing that, it's showing, like, that's kind of what Eugenie got big for, right? That's kind of why she's blown up. That's why, she has 2 million subscribers, and that's why. A lot of people watch her because of what she looks. It's shock, and people watch that. What we need to do, what we should do to eliminate the problem is stop supporting, stop watching. When other girls see, okay, Eugenie's gotten 2 million followers, she's huge, she's gotten big, and that's because so many people are watching her problematic behavior. And so then that kind of gives them an excuse for them to have problematic behavior, and it just kind of keeps the thing going. Does that make sense what I'm trying to say? And I mean, it's kind of hypocritical, because here I'm saying what we need to do to stop it is to stop talking about her, stop making videos about her, stop commenting, stop watching, and yet here I am making a video on Eugenia Cooney. So I understand the hypocrisy, so save it. You don't have to tell me about it. I understand. I know. Shane Dawson did a video, and, I don't really have no hard feelings about Shane Dawson, but I will say I hated that. I hated that documentary. That documentary, to me, kind of gave the green light for Eugenie to keep going. That is exactly what that documentary that Shane Dawson put out on Eugenie did. Sorry, my nose is... So if you do not know, Eugenie had a group of friends, and, I'm just going to say, the main friend of hers was Jacqueline. And so what Jacqueline and her group of friends did were they were really concerned about Eugenie, and they knew going ahead and doing this, so they did an intervention on her. So Eugenie's 26 years old. She's an adult. You cannot make an adult do something that they don't want to do. So they did an intervention on her, and they kind of, they talked her into going to her friend Jacqueline's apartment. So they were supposed to have said they were going to an escape room. And this was what else I found was very odd. So Jacqueline and her friend said Eugenie's mom, because this is my main thing. How is family watching this and okay with it? How is her mother okay with this? To me, and I could be wrong, I want to know what you guys think. To me, Eugenie's mom is her number one enabler. I feel like her mom could have control of this situation. I feel like her mom could help this situation. I don't know if she's just turning her eye because she loves her daughter and she doesn't want to hurt her, or she wants to keep her sick, because Eugenie's a 26-year-old woman and she lives at home with her mother. Eugenie kind of has the mind of a 13-year-old girl. I know that sounds odd, but if you watch her, that she does not remind me of a 26-year-old woman. She reminds me of a 13-year-old girl. And this is going to sound even more wild, but Eugenie kind of reminds me a little bit of was that Rose Blanche? Is that her name? You know who I'm talking about? That's kind of what I think about when I think of Eugenie. It's like, I wonder if there's some like her mom like wants her to be like dependent on her to keep her sick, or I want to be wrong because I wouldn't want to think a mother would do that. But so her friend said that for Eugenie to go out, her mom has to know like the drop off time, the pickup time, where her daughter's going. It's almost like you are, setting up a play date for your 10-year-old. It's kind of what the situation sounded like it was. Eugenie has a driver named Edgar who literally takes her everywhere she goes. He sits outside. He waits for her to get done. So they had planned this escape room, which was not really escape room. They got her to the apartment, and they had called in some intervention people, some mental health resources, and they kind of all met Eugenie at Jacqueline's apartment. And so what they did was they talked to her about her, what was going on with her, and they ordered a 5151 on her. I think that's what it's called, 5151. Yeah. Oh, 5150. Sorry, 5150 on her. Which a 5150 is like, it's a mandatory where she had no choice. She had to go with them to be evaluated. She couldn't leave. It was literally like law. She had to go. So in the meantime, when Eugenie found out that they were doing this 5150 on her, she called her mother, which her mother was screaming at this Jacqueline. Her mother ended up calling the cops and said that Jacqueline and them kidnapped Eugenie. It was just a whole big mess. So Eugenie was forced to go into rehab. So a lot of people will say that's kind of why Eugenie really didn't get better, because it wasn't her choice. She pretty much had to go. She was forced to go into rehab. And then she was out like a month or so, and that's when Shane did his video. And by watching her channel, you can see she's relapsed. She's gone back to old ways. I don't know, guys. It's just a lot. So I don't know. Like, I honestly, it's mind-blowing to me what YouTube allows on their platform. I feel like she took a break from social media, but I feel like she didn't take a long enough break. And I don't want to say, I don't think YouTube should make people leave forever, but I do think people who are showing problematic behavior, people such as Eugenie, such as Miss Ashley Cat, they should get banned, for a short period, whether it be 3 months, 6 months, a year. I really think she needs to get help. I don't know if we can make her go get help. I really like to know what your guys' opinion is and how you guys feel and what could possibly be done. It's really hard to talk bad about Eugenie because Eugenie is the most sweetest person I've ever met in my life. Like, she is, it doesn't matter how much ugliness she gets thrown her way, like, she comes back so sweet. So you could say you're a skeleton looking corpse who needs a hamburger, and she'd be like, well, I appreciate your guys' opinion, I really do, but I'm sorry that you guys feel that way, but that's just me. Like, she's overly nice, and some people call it and say she's like toxic positive, like the toxic positive person, like that's what she's doing. It's hard to be like critical of somebody who's like so nice, and that's exactly what Eugenie is. She's the sweetest person. She really is. It's hard to talk bad about somebody who's that sweet, but I feel like she's ill, and I don't know. This has been going on for years. I don't even know if, I feel like probably 5 years down the road, we're still going to be talking about the same thing, but I don't know, guys. Let me know what you guys think below, and let me know, should they just keep going like this cat mouse game. She just keeps doing her videos and we just keep making our videos. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. If you have not yet, please give this video a like. If you haven't, subscribe. And until next time, guys, I will see you later. Bye, guys.